Yeah, Comrade Akmani Robin is my name. And Omojola used to be my leader and my mentor. Learned so much from him. And that is what is guiding us today. Today, we are talking about democracy. In the real sense of it, we don't actually have democracy in Nigeria. The people we see as political leaders are actually investors who have seen Nigeria politics as the most profitable venture. And before, during, and after election, they continue to invest in that venture. And that is why they continue to hold on to political space. Because that is the project our movement is pursuing in 2008. But we are saying until we stop money back politics, nothing will change in Nigeria. There won't be any social program for Nigerian people, because the people we see as leaders are not leaders. They are business people. Let me take Tinubu for example. Tinubu has no factory, he has no industry. And I can tell you today, Tinubu is the richest man in whole Africa. Tinubu pocketed Lagos for 24 years now. And he has been using space holders to hold on Lagos for him. When he ended his term in 2007, he brought in his chief of staff, Fashola. Fashola ran the place for him for 8 years. Then, after Fashola, he brought in Ambody. Now, the young man that is here now. So these people, they are putting us for granted. And there are solutions, but there are a lot of work to do to tackle these criminals. Because personally, I don't see our politicians as leaders. I call them criminals in a position of authority. Because before you can get to political office, you need to spend a lot of money. Me and you come, ordinarily half our way to political office, because you need a lot of money. As a councillor, if you are not going to be sponsored by a godfather, then you need nothing less than 500 million. Because before, during, after, you must be a Father Christmas. That is when you can say, this is a good man. You know, as people, we are so daft that the people that are giving you money, the people that are giving you gifts, you cannot think that you must have hidden agenda. You don't know anybody, it's not indebted to you, it's not a member of your family, and it's giving you money. And you know, election is ahead. Still, you are collecting this gift. And by the time they get to government, you cannot deal with them. You don't know how they are spending your money. And that's the problem we are facing now. So we are now saying, because I've been working along with Sheung, Akin, and many other Congress to go to the street to educate Nigerians that let us stop this money back politics. Because we can actually change the system, but we have a lot of work to do. And that's the summary of what I want to do. Take, for example, try to identify a map of your world that produces a councillor. How many streets that form that your ward? Then begin to mobilize, especially the young people within that the map of your ward. If you are able to bring 1,000 or 2,000 people together, definitely you will bring over the leadership of that ward. But what you are saying is that you bring people together, you educate them, you orientate them about this concept of collective, what we call it collective sponsorship of political aspirants to the position of authority. So by the time you bring these people together, you educate them. Then towards the election period, they will contribute small money. In our budget, just 20 naira every day for just 1 year, which is 7,300. You know, if you have 5,000 people to contribute that, we have got more than enough money to sponsor our candidates. And there is no other party that can defeat us. But the challenge we've been facing all along, we don't have political parties to back it up. We try to work with some political parties. We form alliance with this Labour Party with this last election. And what they promised us was that if they win the election, they are going to adopt the concept of collective sponsorship. But just see what has happened. They leave the election and take it away from them. So what I'm saying is that I have my own, this is my own constituency. I have been in the struggle for over 30 years now. You know, if you young people that are here today, if what I'm saying is clear to you, then let us come together. We can take over the power. It's not difficult at all. When we go to the streets, in a day we mobilize 500 people, 700 people, but we need political party to back it up. And I believe those of us who don't have the money to establish political party, I believe we want connection of people of like mind. Not people like not people like anybody or whatever. No, but the ideological minded people. Once we have that, then I can bet you will take over the world. It's not difficult at all. But when you go to the street, you go house to house, street to street, you educate them about this concept. You let them know that they are hungry today because they are ignorant. You know, they don't know that these politicians are actually giving them money to go and loot what belongs to them. So some of them will tell you, you didn't vote for them, you didn't collect the money, they will still win the election. Then we have to tell them that you can yourself, because it's not a matter of the certificate you have anymore. Tinubu did not have certificates, Buhari did not have certificates, and they become the president of this country. If you need interpreter, we will give it to you. You can lead your own state, you can lead your own world, you can lead your own local government. So when you give them that sense of belonging, I bet you will do a long way. So I have a lot to say. Suppose I know I will have come with some of our publications, leaflets, flyers. Maybe another 1 or 2 weeks I will come down and deposit some of them here. So whenever any of our problems come around, we have something to go to concerning the concept of collective sponsorship. So let me stop here. That I would have loved to say, but maybe let's postpone that to another time.
Ideas, what he was able to put into writings and things he was able to do, in his lifetime, it seems inspirational for our own generation. I was privileged to explore his private library, and I see how dedicated he was, to the extent that his own private life, he doesn't have, how I call it, not of time for it, like he cared more for people, care more about where is the Nigerian going to. He could have been somewhere else around the world with, a certificate and stuff like that, but realize that the development of his people is more eminent and more important. And for us today, we feel like we can draw from his old work, where he stopped, and we can be able to advance it and see what we can able to do. And we all understand, like Baba was saying, democracy and all sorts of things. But prior to Baba's ideology, Baba almost like ideology, you understand the contradictions that have brought us where we are today, and the system that produces the likes of Tinubu, the likes of Buhari and stuff like that. You understand that the system of imperialism, the system of capitalism, is like able to produce these people, because any system that has put wealth, above human welfare, we always produce people like Tinubu and stuff like that. So Baba understands this concept properly fine, and realize that we can't, go on naming individuals, because if Tinubu goes to me, another person will come. If Buhari goes to another person will come. So we have understand this system. What we have to do is just that how can we be able to change the system from the scratch? It's just like when you have a malaria and you are just taking Panadol or extra whatsoever, or I don't know. the malaria will still be there. You might not have a headache, but a few times, the headache will still come back. So realize that the Nigerian economy, there's something they call political economy, which is attached to the global economy in general. So people might feel like, Tinubu might be a local proprietor or a local, power in Nigeria, but his Tinubu power is attached to a power outside of Nigeria. So we are able to understand all these things. And one of the most important things we have to take very serious is organizing. Papa was also saying earlier that we have to go to the streets, do sensitization and see how we can be able to go to grassroots movement. But in words of Baba, a lot of people don't understand is that economic hardship sometimes might not bring clarity, might not bring people to understand how things are working in our country. People might say that maybe power, there's no food, there is hunger and all stuff like that. But people don't know what brought that hunger in the first place. Why do they not have resources? Why others have it plenty? So for us, realize that the system is just that some people are working and the few are enjoying the labor of the majority. So what we intend to do is just that what about believe is just that socialism. And one of the main reasons why we created this library is just that we realize that we lack ideological deficit of leaders in our country today. And during the past time, they were privileged to lead people that were much more older than them, that put them through. Even within their own time, when they were schooling in London and stuff like that, they organized among black communities, people from the Caribbean and stuff like that, understand the contradiction of Nigeria. Same with the contradiction of Jamaica or somewhere else that are suffering in the global south. So Baba understood this. Baba brought this idea that for us to eradicate capitalism, there must be a system of socialism. And one of the main reasons why we brought this, why we put this library together, or we like call it the Pan-African space together, it shows that how can we need to put these ideas in the mind of the people? How can people understand politics as a driving force for change? When you ask majority of people on the street, they'll tell you politics is a dirty game and stuff like that. Because there are some people that are able to put that narrative to people's head that politics is dirty. But politics is not dirty. When you understand it, then you know that the majority of what happens to us as an individual, as a collective people, you understand that capitalism has affected us. So for us, we are socialists and we are Pan-Africanists. And one of the reasons why we call ourselves Pan-Africanists is just that we understand that within our context, as African people, we understand that there is a role we need to play. We have to understand our society and see within our society and find solutions which is scientifically proven. So for today, this place is the home for all. It's not a home for ME or a home for commercial or a home for Partai or whatever. It is a home for everybody to come and learn from the past and see how we can be able to better the present and the future. So I would like to make a comment on you.
If you say something, I will.